Today's video, I'm going over the closing process. This is the last step before you get your keys. My name is Duane Vizinau. I am a national wholesale lender and a certified government underwriter. Let's go ahead and get into it. Step one is final loan approval. So here, verification of your collateral, income, assets, and credit. So if any of your pay stubs are expired or bank statements or even your credit, then you'll have to provide new bank statements and pay stubs, and the lender will run the credit again. The next step is going to be the soft credit check is pulled. So I did mention in previous videos, the lender runs a soft credit check right before you sign your loan document. So this is where you want to avoid having any inquiries, new open accounts. If anything is late, then that'll be brought current. So just make sure that you are aware this soft credit check is ran. Then the underwriter will do a full review again of everything. And if everything is clean, then you get your final loan approval. Step two is the closing disclosure. So this is the disclosure that you're going to compare with the loan estimate. And I do have a full video about the closing disclosure in detail. So you can watch that to get a full understanding of this disclosure. So the CD outlines the loan terms, costs, and cash to close. Okay. Now, this disclosure must be received at least 3 business days before signing. So if time is of the essence, you're supposed to close within a certain amount of time. Know that you can't sign until you receive this. So make sure that when the lender lets you know that it's available, you go right to it and review so that clock can start. And then you want to compare this to the initial loan estimate. And when you compare the two, what's great about the closing disclosure, it tells you if there's anything that has changed from the loan estimate. Step 3 is the final walkthrough. So here you're going to inspect the property before closing. You typically do this with your buyer's agent, and this is where you are going to confirm if all the repairs that you negotiated are completed. If the seller was due to make repairs, you're going to do this walkthrough to make sure that they were done. And this just ensures that you get the property in the agreed condition. Before we move forward, if you are seeking to get pre-approved, I would love to assist. If you've been watching all my videos up to this point, you can see that every step was provided to you. And I am a loan officer who holds hands. I sit there and I take care of my buyers throughout the entire process. I answer my phone, my texts, my emails. I feel like as a first-time home buyer especially, you're going to have so many questions. So please make sure you're dealing and working with an individual who's going to be available. Know that you're paying this person. This person is making money off of your service and what you are looking to purchase. So they might as well be good at what they do, right? So if you're seeking to get pre-approved, go ahead. You have 3 ways you can access my application. You can go to my website, you can scan that barcode, or the link within my bio. Step 4 is signing of the loan documents. So here, depending on the location, you can go to the escrow office, title company, attorney, depending on what state, or a remote signing, or wherever you're at. You can have them meet you at your job or at your home. You just specify the location and they'll accommodate that for you. And the documents that are included are the promissory note, the deed of trust, all the disclosures, loan specific forms. You'll be wet signing all of these. And this essentially means that, hey, I'm buying this home. Step 5 is the funding and recording. So you and the lender wire the loan funds. So whatever remaining funds you have towards the down payment and closing costs, you're going to wire those over, and the lender does the same. They wire their funds to pay off any seller liens that are tied to the home. So the title company received those funds and they distribute those out. Then the deed is recorded with the county, and this is essentially when you are officially the homeowner of the home, when you sign that deed and it's recorded with the county. Tips for a smooth closing. Number 1, respond quickly to the lender and escrow requests. And that's because there is a close of escrow date and they may be trying to schedule the signing appointment. They may be trying to confirm you wired your funds. So they may be requesting an additional document that the underwriter is requesting. So get back to them quickly. Review your closing disclosure early because there's a clock associated with this. So you want to get on that as soon as you can. Don't make large purchases before closing. Super important. You can have your whole deal dead by making large purchases. So I tell every single one of my buyers, don't buy anything until after you get the keys. Nothing is guaranteed until you get the keys. I don't ever even say, oh, yeah, you're going to get this home until you have the key in hand. I don't want to jeopardize anything or, whatnot. Next is to bring your valid ID to signing. So in the pre-approval video, I discussed the whole identification process, and you want to make sure that the ID you provide to verify who you are matches the name that you input on the online application. So that's very important, and make sure that you have your ID available and ready with you when you go to sign. Confirm your cashier's check or wire instructions. So these are the same instructions that you receive when you did your initial deposit. So it doesn't hurt to confirm again, though. So just make sure that you have that information correctly, because there is wire fraud out there. So you want to prevent that and just confirm again the instructions for where you should be sending your remaining down payment and closing cost funds. Now you're at the big moment. The keys are delivered after recording. And once they confirm that with the county, you would be the homeowner, and congratulations. There you have it, the closing process. And this is the final step before you get your keys. Pretty self-explanatory, right? So if you do have any questions about your loan process, you can always scan that Zoom consultation barcode. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And please like and subscribe if you feel this information was useful. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.